Good morning, Mr. Doherty and
Garrett
and
Jesse.
Nice to meet you all. So rumor has it is you, Mr. Doherty, haven't been at the Bear before. Is that true?
That is correct. This is our first time here at the Bear. We've done, of course, plenty of work at the fairgrounds, but first time actually being here inside the building, being on air.
Okay, so you've been at our neighbors, just not here officially.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, welcome. What does the FFA do, like, as a whole group?
Well, I'll touch on a couple points, and then I think Garrett and Jesse can answer it in a little bit more detail and a little bit more of the student's perspective, for sure. It's all about building better people. We use leadership as well as career exploration and knowledge of agriculture, food, and natural resources as a vehicle to give young people such as Jesse, such as Garrett, such as our Clayton community, ability to think about and build a career, whether it's here in Clayton or whether it's somewhere else, in the broad wide world.
Okay.
So last year I started working on my own trailer, and that was a really fun experience. I learned how to build and overcome obstacles, and I ended up actually winning state fair with that trailer.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
It was a good experience.
Well, congratulations. Now to the reason why we're really here. The real reason. You guys are doing an amazing thing for the veterans on the 11th. And we were wondering if you could touch more on that, Jesse?
Sure. So we're setting up a program, and it's just going to kind of tell everybody who our veterans in town are and what they did. And I think some of us are going to end up asking them some questions, their personal thoughts on it. And we have an amazing principal who might be touching in with it.
Who's all participating in it? The whole FFA class? And
So we've chosen some of our officers as to be the face of the program. Our president, Bo Polling, who's not here today, as well as Miss Jessie. Also, other FFA members are going to be there, checking in, running the program, greeting people at the door. And beforehand, we are going to have a drive-through veterans breakfast free for any veteran who'd like to participate in that. And the students will be the ones cooking and serving that breakfast.
Oh, amazing. Okay. And where's the breakfast going to be?
It's also going to be at the Wood Auditorium. Like I said, it'll be drive-through. So on the east side of that auditorium, on the 7th Street side, people can pull in, and we'll be cooking up pancakes and bacon from 7:30 to 8:15. And then the program will start at 9 o'clock, open to the public. And like as Jesse said, we're going to hear a little bit from school administrators, hear some stories from some veterans, and just be able to give a little bit of time and respect to those who've served this great nation.
That's amazing. This is actually our first time ever hearing of anything like this being done at the Clayton High School. Is this going to be a one-time thing, or do you guys hope to do it more from now on, every year?
So, to back up a little bit, my understanding was that Mr. Durbin had ran a Veterans Day program every year until he went to Iraq. I don't know which year that was. And then, of course, they had it on and off for a few years, is the understanding that I have. So people with more knowledge may be throwing darts at me from across the radio waves. Anyway, but Mr. Howard approached me and said, could FFA do a Veterans Day program this year? And then I had other things going on, so I put it on the back burner. And then just a few days ago, I was like, oh crap, this needs to come to the front burner. I ran into Rusty Kohler, and he said, get it on the radio. But we plan to keep on having this every year. And, to really let this be student-led. These students can tell you I talk too much, like I'm doing right now. But just be able to instill those qualities of gratitude and patriotism in young people is what this nation really needs.
And how do you guys, as students, Garrett, how do you feel about this?
I think it's awesome. I haven't seen enough of it, and I hope we keep it going because they deserve that, and we need to just show what they did for us.
And you, Jesse?
I really think this is a really good thing that we're doing. Even though it's my last year, I really hope that Clayton and FFA keeps this going for our veterans, so everybody knows who they are and we can appreciate them.
Are there more events that you guys are going to do in the future from today on, or have done before now?
No, we like to collaborate a lot with other community groups, such as in the past we've helped with Progressive Agricultural Farm Safety Day. Of course, we always have ongoing fundraisers. We always like people to give us their money. Right now we're selling fruit, we're selling candles, we're selling air fresheners, so hit up FFA members for that. Of course, we do the football concession, which I'm biased, but I think is pretty darn delicious. Going into actually the next few weeks, some of our freshmen and middle schoolers will be competing in creed competitions.
Oh, okay.
And then I will let Jesse and Garrett talk a little bit about some of our springtime activities.
So like in our springtime, we go to mini CDEs and it's a career develop event. And a lot of us, we have quite a bit going this year. We have quite a bit more. We have horse judging, landscape, welding, vet, wildlife, and all kinds of stuff going on. And these events have really helped a lot of people find their careers. I know a friend who went to nature stuff because of landscape. And
oh, really? So
it like builds up. These springtime events, I think, really help people find their careers that they're really into, and it also helps them get a chance to get their name out there and get scholarships and win awards with their teams.
And has it made you think about what you wanted to do with your career in the future?
Yes, ma'am. Even though we don't have anything history-based in there, landscape has really helped me find a love for outdoors and going into anthropology when I graduate.
And you, Garrett, has it made you thought about anything in the future? I mean, you still got a bit to go, but...
Yeah. I'm doing farm business management as my competition, and as it I want to do something with business in the future, so that helps me with numbers and calculations for all sorts of stuff. So it's really helping build me up.
And as a community, is there anything that we could do to help support you guys?
I'll let these young people touch on that first. I have some thoughts myself, but I'd like to hear straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Me personally, I think the community has really supported us quite a bit, and I don't really know off the top of my head what they could do. They've supported us all the years that we've had FFA, and with us having switching of teachers and everything, I think they've really stuck with us and supported us all the way through.
Just if anybody comes asking about our fundraisers, just try to support if you can, and we're selling good stuff, so buy it.
I just like to piggyback off of both what they said. I was gonna more or less say what Garrett said verbatim, but I think Jesse touched on a lot of really good things. Clayton really is a farming and ranching community, and not all of New Mexico. I mean, farming and ranching is important to all of New Mexico, but not every single little community in New Mexico, especially northern New Mexico, depends on agriculture as much as the local economy in Clayton, New Mexico does. So it's great that we have relationships with agricultural producers, and I just really hope that as a community we can continue to foster the FFA, because it's what truly connects across generations. I mean, I can go to F&B Cash. Craig Reeves was in the FFA. I can go talk to Rod Dimitrov. He was in the FFA. His kids were in the FFA. His son was an agriculture teacher, and they're still here in this Clayton community. I think what's awesome about the FFA in Clayton and a lot of these other Plains communities is it's really and truly the only program in the school that offers formal leadership development, formal career development. And what's awesome about it is it's co-ed. Really and truly, we probably have right now about an even number of young men and young women. So we're able to reach both those populations that maybe a specific sport couldn't.
I would tell them do it, because you only go to high school once, and having FFA, it brings you new friends from different towns. You get to learn many experiences and travel, And a lot of people draw them in by saying, oh, if you make state, you get to miss a week of school, but you gotta do your work while you're there. So it's a really big deal to have dedication and integrity when you're in here.
And what's the biggest skill that you've learned personally out of FFA?
Personally, I've learned to have more of a social life. I've always been introverted, so this is really bringing out the social stuff in me. So I'd say do it for social.
Okay, I like it.
For me, it takes a lot of time out of your day and your school year, but it's worth it. You get a lot out of it, and I know I'll never forget a lot of the stuff I've learned, and I'll use it for the rest of my life. So it's really important.
And Garrett, just real quick, I want to touch on your state win there. I saw that thing all over the place, and I have really no need for a trailer. That's not true. Everybody needs a trailer. But I'm telling you, if I had money, I would have bought that thing, and I feel like everybody in this town felt the same way. Did you sell it already?
It has not been sold. It's in my backyard.
No way! You take payment plans?
I could.
He's like, no, give me your money. I want your real money here. All right, no, this is your real live ad. How much are you selling your state winning trailer for?
The original price was $1,800.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
You keep that price.
I know.
Okay.
It's good, and we're willing to negotiate. But I mean, it's well built. Like you could get something on Amazon or Tractor Supply for $1,600, but it's not going to last you half as long. So,
right.
I mean, you want a state-winning trailer, right?
Heck yeah! And tell us your process on that.
It was long. We started, you think, after Christmas?
It's about February 1st.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't finish it till the end of this past summer, and we spent a lot of time on it. We overcame a lot of stuff. We learned a lot of new things. Like me and Mr. Doherty really had a hard time on the electrical stuff, but we got it figured out. So
you guys worked on that together. That's gotta feel really, really, I don't know, like you gotta be really proud, right?
It
to
is.
like
It
get
is.
your hands dirty with the kids and be able to just see them accomplish and help them accomplish something like that.
100%. No, and I mean, not every student is going to build a project like that. Not every student's going to be the Union County Fair Queen. Not every student's going to, when you say, let's go to the radio station at 8 o'clock tomorrow, they're going to
On a day off of school.
they're going to say, sure, why
Right.
not?
Yeah.
So, there are definitely bright spots in the future.
Yeah.
And right here are two of them for sure.
Yeah.
So at 9 o'clock at the Wood Auditorium, we will have a Veterans Day assembly open to the public. We'll try to get that lobby open about 8:30. Before that, from 7:30 to 8:15, on the 7th Street side of Wood Auditorium, we are going to have a drive-through breakfast free to all local veterans. So we'd appreciate the community to come out, help support, and really show what kind of heart this little town has.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Doherty, and thank you, Mr. Wilson and Ms. Holland. Thank you.
Of course.
That's
That's all.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.